Good morning from the National Weather Service office in Gaylord. Welcome to the latest hazardous weather briefing for eastern upper and northern lower Michigan. Today is Sunday, April 14th, 2013. A look at this morning's weather map finds a couple areas of low pressure of interest, one located over eastern Canada with a trough that extends back into northern lower Michigan, and another area of low pressure that's been developing over the central high plains, and that will be impacting the region as we head later on today and into tonight. There's a weak little ridge of high pressure in between these two systems that will build in this morning and briefly give us a little bit of a respite from the precipitation, but by this afternoon, the low pressure that's located over eastern Colorado will be working its way eastward, pushing a warm front towards the upper Great Lakes, and with it will be a band of precipitation, which will probably fall mostly as rain across much of northern lower Michigan. Although as you head up towards north of Gaylord, up towards the Straits, you may see more of a mix of rain, sleet, possibly snow. And then once the precipitation reaches eastern upper Michigan, by late this afternoon, early this evening, it will probably be in the form of all snow, and there could be a couple inches of some wet snowfall before things gradually change over to all rain as we head into the overnight hours. Here's the forecast weather map for Monday morning. We see that area of low pressure forecast to be over Minnesota, with a warm front that extends eastward into northern lower Michigan. And there will be some rain showers ongoing with this, with this warm front and associated cold front, which drops off to the southwest back into the mid-Mississippi River Valley. The rain will be moving eastward across the region during the day on Monday. Will probably end over much of northwest lower Michigan during the morning hours, and then will probably kind of linger across northeast lower Michigan during the afternoon. That'll be the main weather issue over the next couple of days, although things will be unsettled. But here's by Tuesday morning's weather map, and we see Michigan kind of in between a couple of frontal boundaries, which is going to get stuck there, at least the southern one that's across Indiana and Illinois, and that will keep the chance for some rainfall in the forecast pretty much through much of the week. So a pretty unsettled pattern upcoming for northern Michigan as we head through the coming work week. Here's a 3-day precipitation forecast total. This runs from today through Wednesday morning, and we see generally anywhere from a half inch to a 3/4 of an inch of precipitation across much of central and into grazing into eastern upper Michigan. Most of that will be with tonight's system, and again, as I mentioned earlier, some of that could fall in the form of snowfall at the onset, and could bring a couple of wet inches of snow before things begin to transition over to all rain. And there could even be a little bit of freezing rain across eastern upper Michigan overnight tonight as the transition occurs, as temperatures will likely be within a couple of degrees of the freezing mark. So from a hazards perspective, that's going to be the main issue upcoming over the next couple of days, will be the chances for some mixed precipitation across eastern upper Michigan tonight, and maybe a little bit of light snow accumulation. There's still a little bit of flooding as well across parts of northern lower Michigan, where rivers are still running high for last week's rainfall, and some additional rainfall coming in today. That will keep some of the river levels elevated, and will keep the threat going for some flooding of low-lying areas. And then we'll continue to see rain chances running through much of this week. That concludes this hazardous weather briefing for this morning. Thank you for listening in. The next update can be expected around 5 p.m. this afternoon.